Logan the Layman Critic here. Today for Animation Appreciation we'll be reviewing Mortal Kombat Legends Scorpion's Revenge. It's a direct-to-video animation from 2020 and directed by Ethan Spalding. The story is based off the original Mortal Kombat game and its subsequent reboot. After he, his family, and his fellow ninja are wiped out by a rival clan, Scorpion is brought back to life by the sorcerer Quan Chi. He is sent to an interdimensional island where the Mortal Kombat tournament is being held, and his mission is to steal a magical amulet. But Scorpion has his eyes set on Sub-Zero, the man who took everything from him. Now, even though this film is adapting the story of the first game, don't be fooled. It does deviate considerably from the established lore. In a lot of ways, it reminds me of the Netflix Castlevania series, except it's not a betrayal to its source material. This one keeps you interested to see where they decided to take the story. And even though the film's title has Scorpion's name in it, he's surprisingly not as prominent as you would hope. It's like they couldn't decide on whether to make it solely about his character or to just do a straight up adaptation of the first tournament. And as a result, I think the story suffers a bit from that. I like the animation for the most part. It's kind of a cross between anime and something like, I would say, like Batman Beyond, like DCAU stuff, specifically Batman Beyond, I think, because it has a little bit of a rougher style to it. The character designs are based off the modern depictions of the characters from the recent games, which I'll admit that I'm partial to the old 90s look, but whatever, I get it. I know I'm showing my age. Sue me for wanting Reptile to look like a ninja again. I don't care for what they did to Scorpion and Sub-Zero. Scorpion's forehead and like around his eyes, it looks really weird to me. I think they were trying to make him more skull-like, but it doesn't work. I don't like it. And Sub-Zero, for some reason, his eyes have no pupils. And the way the animators drew the knuckles on everyone's hands is really weird. Like I can't, like it's like it almost looks like it almost looks like there's like tattoos or something. I don't know how to describe it, but it's like all black. It looks really weird. I don't know what they were thinking when they drew it that way, but it's bizarre. But the fight scenes are pretty good for the most part. Very exciting, very gory, as you might imagine. The fight between Liu Kang and Goro is especially memorable. The weakest fight, sadly, is between Scorpion and Sub-Zero. It ends very quickly and is just so underwhelming. Yeah, but Scorpion does have plenty of scenes where he shines in combat, but that is not one of them, and that's a huge bummer because the film is kind of centered around that whole conflict, really, between him and Sub-Zero. And Sub-Zero isn't even really in it that much, to be perfectly honest. But anyway, the voice work's good. I think actually I would argue that that's probably the strongest thing about the film. They got several of the VAs from the games to come back. One notable change was having Joel McHale as Johnny Cage, which talk about born to play a part. He's got that perfect snarkiness and charm about him. If he only knew martial arts, I would say cast him in the new live action movie. I mean, he might be a little bit old for the part now, but yeah, his voice is perfect for the character anyway. They also managed to get Kevin Michael Richardson to come back as Goro. He had done the character's dialogue in the original live action film. I do have some issues with the three main heroes. Going back to what I said earlier about how the film doesn't know what story it wants to tell, the heroes aren't given much development. Liu Kang has a fight with Kitana, but their conversation and relationship isn't developed beyond that one scene that they have together. It's like after that fight, she's MIA the rest of the movie. Johnny Cage thinks he's working on a film for a good chunk of the story, which I feel suspends disbelief way too far. He also doesn't do much in the way of fighting until the very end. And Sonya. Ugh. Oh, I really hate what they did to her. She's so unpleasant. I mean, she kicks Cage in the balls like on I think at least 2 occasions, and she's just an all around very unlikable character. Now, Mortal Kombat 9 and I would say even the 1990s film, they portray her as um, someone with a chip on her shoulder and someone that has a hard time trusting others. But here she's just absolutely insufferable, and I think she fell victim to the strong female character curse that keeps affecting storytelling in the last decade, where they really want to make a character like make the female like independent and uh, industrious, I guess, and just capable. But it ends up they try too hard and it just ends up backfiring and making the character just not somebody you care about or really like. Um, I mean, the character's always been strong, so I don't. It doesn't need to be cranked up to 11. I don't. They just write her like she was in the games and in the 90s movie. Now, all these qualms aside, I am hoping that they will follow up with another film. Uh, when Scorpion's Revenge is good, it's darn entertaining. And if you love Mortal Kombat, this is absolutely worth checking out. Just make sure the kids aren't in the room when you're watching it. So, until next time, ladies and gentlemen, fellows.